You don't want to see The Fiend versus Goldberg in a rematch?
Hell no, I don't, because they ruined Mystique by having him lose to Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
And I know the one character that you guys kind of heel on actually thought he was going to be my co-host. So that's interesting because I've never spoken to him.
Well, see, in his mind, in his world, you don't actually have to speak to him or have an agreement with him before he'll go on the air and start saying that he's going to be the new Jake the Snake co-host. You know, he never spoke to Jake the Snake.
God, I don't know if it was a year or so ago. I was telling Joe, why are you giving this guy the rub? Why are you giving him the time of day? Just ignore him. I'm like, you know, you're bigger than him. You're giving him publicity. Why even waste your time? I was way wrong on that because this show is freaking hilarious, you know, and you know, those guys saw the entertainment there, and I mean, props to them, all three of them. They're geniuses. I think the way they do that show.
Basically, like with Bruce Mitchell, he's one of those guys that have to kiss ass just to get any form of attention whatsoever, similar to certain groups that bully us. But continue.
All those things might be on the list, Disco, but you know, everything besides like the T-shirt store, the Creative Control Network, me hosting Raven's show, it's all your guys' fault. Everything grew from this show.
It's not our fault. We didn't tell you to do it.
You should put yourself on the list.
I am. You know, you did all that. Get My Go. Let's have a Get My Go mug. Let's put a handball on the Creative Control
Get My Go
thing.
Christmas special show.
Oh, it's wonderful. Valentine's Day specials next.
Take I don't know who from Vince Russo and
Get My Go Valentine's special coming up show.
Right.
Adam Husey is not talented enough for my network. That is a fact. So that's a fact. He's not talented enough to entertain a fucking deaf person. So there you go.
Is he a compulsive liar, or is there something wrong?
He's a compulsive everything.
Because if there's something wrong, I can't make fun of people. Like I just can't. I can't do that. But if they lie, it's like, okay, all gloves.
Yeah, it's a lot of lying and deception and smoke and mirrors. So yeah,
definitely smoke and mirrors. Without
I thought he was going to say smoke and crack.
Well,
yeah, there's been rumors.
Oh my, okay.
I would like to dispel that rumors, though.
Disco, do you say that Joe might be our version of a light Jeff Lane? Because you know how Jeff doesn't watch the product, but and Joe watches it very little.
Well, Joe's very busy with his Get My Go show, where Jeff is busy playing video games on Twitch.
It's the same way that I laugh at Meltzer, or I laugh, you know, at Keller's booking. It's the same stuff. Yeah, I laugh at that stuff. And then I laugh even more when, you know, Hughesy's making his comments about it, or Durband puts in his clips, or Joe's sitting there, you know, going like this and shaking his head. And I don't know. I think it's comedy gold. I really do.
Through Tupac, Dre, he had a huge effect on me. So, yes.
Interesting. Yes. Well, hey, it's like they say, you know, it's what's the Lotto's motto there? Hey, you never know, man. I never knew that you were a big Dr. Dre and Tupac fan, but nothing wrong with that. I'm not a rap guy myself, so I don't really know what much of the rap world or anything that's going on out there, but I do know Dr. Dre. I do know Tupac, and they always had pretty decent rap music from what I've heard, even though I'm not a big rap fan. But Dr. Dre got COVID.
Bro, you don't know what to do with yourself.
I think they're trying to Get My Go. And I was on Get My Go, downloadable on iTunes, Spreaker, and it's on YouTube, only audio, because Mike Durband said, we're only doing audio unless we have a big guest. Meanwhile, here's Ocho showing up after getting big league, and he's like, yeah, when we have a big guest, we'll do video, but I'm going to do audio for Ocho. What a guy.
And Get My Go is available in audio form on all your podcast providers. Mike's not doing them for a video every week. It took him too much time, I guess. So only very special episodes will be video.
Boy, God knows he doesn't have any time. He's so busy. Like Jeff.
If you ever watched one of those, you would see how much shit it's like a professionally produced show. It's unbelievable. Mike does a really good job, but I swear to God. But that's it.
Don't worry, I'm here. I'm ready. So let's fucking do this.
Well, Husey, I'm going to tell you, man, we hit number 155 on the fucking sports and recreation charts in the fucking United States there, man. So
All right, welcome back to Get My Go, episode number 34. Thank you for listening. I'm looking at 4 handsome gentlemen right here this Saturday morning. I've assembled a large group this morning because this is going to be a monumental episode. This is probably going to be a 2-parter. Earlier this week, Cheap Heat and Cheap Pops released another watch-along from their Friday night. What is it called, Rob? Monday Night Lights?
Monday Night Lights. It's their Nitro review show.
Yeah, so they're on like a September 96 Nitro, and I listened to the entire thing, and it is one of their worst shows that they've ever released. It is awful in so many ways, and you're going to hear it. I have 28 clips selected from this fucking show. It was brutal. It really hurt me to listen to it so intently and to just try and clip stuff from it.
It's too bad that they're shitting up that concept, because what an original take. Like, rewatching the Monday Night Wars and podcasting about it, I wish I would have thought of that, damn it.
Yeah. One thing I noticed right from the start is that John says fuck no less than 100 times.
Fuck.
Now, you'll hear it in some of the clips, but if you listen to the entire episode, I'm not kidding you that every other sentence he says fuck or fucking, and it's like, if he's really trying to appeal to a broad audience, he can't really be throwing it out like that. Like, even like a Jericho, he bleeps him out on the show. Stone Cold, I think, does too. And also another thing is that John is definitely under the influence.
Yes.
Of something. Definitely. He's slurring his words. He's very monotone, even more than usual. And he actually references that he references medical marijuana, and then that it helped him get through this episode of watching Nitro. So yeah, there's no allegedly. He actually admits to using medical marijuana to get through this shit. So
he's hepped up on a goofballs, as we like to say.
Medical perkawana.
So with me this morning, I have Rad the Turtle, Rob Francois. I have Joe Feeney. I have the Aussie Guy with his noose behind him, and the Chadster. Guys, thank you for coming back. I really need some help on this one, so that's why I have so many of you with me today.
Yeah, I almost missed it, and you actually made the offer. Like, don't worry about it. But much like Cal Ripken, I refuse to break my Get My Go streak. I missed one in the beginning, and I don't ever want to miss one again. So.
Yeah, I told you, I'm like, you got family stuff to do this morning, more important than this. You can sit this one out. We have a deep bench for Get My Go. If certain people can't make it, we have a lot of reserves to choose from. So
the one that I missed, though, was one of the best ones. So I've had never to miss one. I mean, the best material was on it. That was his goodbye podcast, right?
Yeah.
Missed
for
that.
now. Goodbye for now.
Yeah, I'll never miss one again.
Goodbye for now. Like he's Eric the actor.
I've got heat with episode 33 at the moment because I was on a hot streak of consecutive episodes. So that one broke my streak. So yeah, I have heat with episode 33. Screw you, Rob.
Yeah, well, this is what, my 3rd, 4th in a row? I don't even know. But, it's an audio podcast now, so I'm not wearing pants. That way, nobody's going to see it anyway, right? Plus, I have new neighbors across the way, and, I want to give them a big impression when they get home. So
Rob getting in before I can.
Yeah, Joe, the one you missed, I think we are going to redo that one for episode 50 and with you on it because, looking back in hindsight, me and Husey should not have done that one without you. For some reason, we rushed to get that one out.
Oh, yeah, I was down the beach.
Yeah, we should have waited for you on that one because that one is...
At your vacation home in Florida?
No, I'm not like John. I was at a friend's trailer, so that's the kind of class I'm running.
So you don't have a timeshare in Florida?
No, not yet anyway.
Well, guys, this morning I woke up and I had an alert on Facebook. So I checked it. And on Facebook Messenger, I had 4 video calls around midnight last night. 4 video calls within a 2-minute period. So Chad or Dean, who do you guys think would have called me at that time?
Well, there's such a deep pool at the moment with how Get My Go has gone. I'm going to say Brother Martin. You've got a history of Brother Martin, so I'm going to guess Brother Martin.
No, Brother Martin would have called me on the phone if he had to get a hold of me.
Good point.
So Facebook Messenger, it was Corey Ryan.
I was going to be my guess. You didn't come back to me. I was going to guess that because I'm thinking I'm trying to figure out the time. Facebook audio calls are they're sometimes done in the heat of the moment, so you had to have somebody with passion who was going to get on that phone and just let it all out there. So that was going to be my guess. But
the one and only?
The one and only, yeah.
One and only.
CFNR.
Because everyone's up at midnight making video calls, right? I know I am.
So I'm guessing that he became aware of episode 32, and he was probably distraught that it was dedicated to him. So he wanted to call me and threaten me legally, probably threaten me physically, because he's got those big arms.
He's a tough guy for sure.
He will whomp my ass. So Corey, sorry I missed your call, buddy. All right, we're gonna get into this episode right here. Joe, do you want to tackle the big issue right off the bat, or do you want to wait till we get to it?
Wait until it's brought up.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do these clips randomly. I'm gonna let our guests pick the order. So again, this is it's a September '96 episode of Nitro.
Pretty epic time in WCW, NWO, the hostile takeover in full effect. I mean, I can't say that those aren't great shows. That's for damn sure.
I still remember Six debuted with the Jim Morrison break on Bruce.
Yes.
And that was like the first time I'd ever seen a wrestler not wear something corny. I remember one time Marty Jannetty wore a Guns N' Roses shirt, but it was a really hideous shirt. But
it was the Dust and Bones t-shirt, and I had that.
Nice. Yeah. And then X-Pac wearing the Morrison shirt to get the cred as a rebel, So
yeah. And they actually mentioned the shirt in this episode. So what else?
I love Wenglish roulette. By the way. Like, hold on, sorry, Dean. Wenglish roulette is my favorite way to do this. Just pick a random clip and see where it goes. You never know how far down the rabbit hole you're gonna go.
So, honest to God, there might be an app, a roulette wheel app that we could do that with. And we'll make the deal. Gotta be. I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, I think for the next party episode, we'll definitely do that.
Find the roulette wheel. Yeah.
All right, Dean, go ahead.
Yeah, I just as we all know, I mine his feed and I go through everything. And I've listened to Monday Night Lights, a lot of them with Richie, obviously. And what I found, because I got to a point where they were doing WCW, NWA, and TNA, and I would be listening because I kind of zone out. I literally have no idea which one I'm listening to as it goes through, because they just crap on and on. And I'm like, which one are they doing? I've completely forgotten. So that's what's so great about these watch-alongs is it turns into a train wreck pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Donkey Kong. I was always a big fan. It's on like Donkey Kong. So, yeah.
Fucking shit's on like Donkey Kong. He's a legit sixth.
Oh God, yeah, he is that son of a bitch. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a son of a bitch, but he can fight. He takes that bow tie off and it's on.
Fucking shit's on like Donkey Kong. He's a legit 5th, 6th degree black belt.
No, I didn't play that twice. That's one clip. I did not edit that. John said it twice in that short clip. Yeah.
It's always a great indicator of how successful a joke goes over when you got to repeat it.
Yeah.
And then Chris saying,
"Oh no, I said it's always a great indicator of how good a joke goes over when you have to repeat it."
I love Chris. I just thought it was funny that Chris is saying, "Yeah, that son of a bitch," like he's a little 12th grader saying, or a little 12-year-old saying curse words like it's a cool thing to do. Like, these fucking guys, dude. They never graduated.
These fucking guys.
At least it's hip, right? It's on like Donkey Kong. I mean, like that's. I've only heard like really cool people saying that in 2021. 2021.
Even when John gets a laugh from his co-host, though, he repeats it again anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like he gets a laugh. He's like, "Oh, that was good. I'll do it again."
Yeah. The weird thing is, this is supposed to be Richie and John's show that they started together. Chris did a few of them when they reprised it in the summer. And then Richie came back. So we thought that Richie would take over, but now I guess Brother Martin's back on it. So
I was disappointed you didn't introduce me, Mike, because I wanted to go. Not much, man. Just hanging out. If you listen to any show with Richie, that is exactly how he starts it. Not much, man. Just hanging out.
You ain't lying there, man.
You ain't lying about that.
All right. There could be maybe Richie didn't make the show because he was too busy storming the Capitol in DC.
That's a good point.
All right, Chadster, go ahead.
Yeah. What does that one say right there?
That's something John has never said.
One of my all-time favorites. How about a little Mike Rotunda? Love Mike Rotunda, IRS, Erwin R. Shyster.
Now, which
Wall Street?
So we all know that Mike Rotunda is the father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. We all know that. Everybody knows that. Everyone that would listen to a wrestling podcast knows that. But John is saying it like he's the only one who knows it, and he's breaking big news to everybody here. So listen to his proud voice when he discloses this information.
Now we got Mr. VK Wall Street coming out, a.k.a. IRS, a.k.a. Mike Rotunda, a million and other bad gimmicks. The father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
The father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
The father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
Yep. So he must have done.
It's almost like a balls.
Yeah, the balls. It's still my favorite thing from the whole series. Balls is the best.
Bo Dallas.
By the way, I heard some backstage gossip. You know, I do the Conan show and I do a show with Raven, and I've heard whispers that Charlotte, you know, the very good women's wrestler on WWE, she's Ric Flair's daughter.
There's more to this clip. Here we go.
Worked in the WWE back behind the scenes for about 20 some odd years before the pandemic.
Is that true? How long has he worked there?
I don't think it was 20 something years. I think he came back in the mid 2000s. So, you know, we might be in the 15 department, but I'll have something to say when we're done about his assessment.
And like, you can't deny like the man's contributions to the business, because he was a big factor with making the Bray Wyatt character, the Fiend character, and everything else. So, I mean, you can't deny it at all.
Why? Because he birthed him?
No, I mean,
he didn't birth them, but I mean,
that's indisputable.
The guy that really helped Bray with it's well known to be Dan Spivey, who was Waylon Mercy, so that's what the character came from. It's like, Waylon Mercy never really got a shot. I'm going to try to do my version of it.
Right. We've seen Mike Rotunda's promos. Pretty sure he couldn't come up with any of that.
So,
and I'll say this: his aunt is my next door neighbor behind me.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
She actually just passed away last year, but lived there forever. He's from and went to college up in Syracuse, which is right up near my house. And his aunt lived in the back of my house forever. She just passed away this last year.
Oh, whenever he was in the varsity club, he wore like the Syracuse Letterman jacket. So that does make sense now.
Yep, that was his.
Okay.
Ding.
And VK Wall Street, he just like walked to the.
Oh,
Yahtzee.
Did she have a tent out the back at the end there? Is that what I picked up? She's living out the back of his house.
She was living, and then she was dead within one breath. So she was there, and then she was gone. But then she was living in his backyard. But,
and I can't believe they knew he went to Syracuse. It's nobody knew that.
That was the most like literally uninteresting story that they've ever told. That was like.
And I gotta say, how many millions of dollars do you think Mike Rotunda made as IRS? A not, I would say on paper, great gimmick, but for him to say bad gimmicks, I mean, this guy was employed throughout literally the early to mid 80s through the end of the 90s, and then took a few years off, went right to backstage with WWE. I can't say bad gimmicks cost this guy any income, and that's really the main goal of professional wrestling at the end of the day.
Yeah, and later on after BK Wall Street, he spent a lot of time in New Japan. Because the guy could work.
Yes.
I don't know, but they, that's their game. They can't do it, so they shit on it.
It's so odd to see who they pick that they praise. Like they love Brad Armstrong. They worship this guy. They will idolize these weird people, and then
hard work Bobby Walker twerking and working,
Jesus.
right?
And then they'll shit on like other people.
Shoot me in the head, hard work Bobby Walker. From the WCW shit I've listened to. Oh, if I hear his name again, to be honest, Rob, you're on my shit list because I did not want to hear that name today.
Hard working Bobby Walker.
Fuck you.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
Well, it's right after my own heart because I'm a fellow fat guy. So let's go with Jericho Fat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I think this one actually references you.
Oh,
Rob.
Shocker. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Just looking at that. Look at that. He's got that nice sequin jacket on there.
Yes, he does. And it's funny because people want to currently criticize Chris Jericho for the shape that he's in, but the majority of the people that are criticizing, they're fat and they are sitting in front of their computers, drinking Mountain Dews and stuffing their faces with Hot Pockets, but yet they want to criticize Chris Jericho. Give me a damn break.
Why don't you just come out and say it? They look like Rad Rob Francois. I mean,
oh yeah, they
come out and say it. They look like Rad Rob Francois.
Yeah,
that's just the reality of the situation here.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Again, I'm fat. I didn't know that was a secret. Anybody that's seen me on Twitch or live streams or my YouTube channel or pictures that I post everywhere. I'm a fat guy, guys, so I'm sorry to let you down.
Well, you're not a fashion icon like the other two with the the polished pompadour shaved head there and the long mullet. Yeah, they are stylish, to say the least. And the self-deprecating humor on yourself, don't go too deep with it because don't give them ammunition. But I mean, like, they're ones to talk about style and how people look.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make fat jokes about someone else when you yourself are shaped like Grimace. That's not how it works. So,
but as soon as Martin started talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't seen this on Twitter 500 times in the last 2 months. Like, have an original fucking thought.
Basement,
Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew, Philly cheesesteaks, flashers,
Hot Pockets,
flogging your dolphin. I don't even like Hot Pockets, which is weird. Like, I did as a kid, but yeah, I don't eat those anymore.
Yeah. All right, Joe, pick one.
Oh, hump their butt there. The doubt.
Oh,
didn't even say that.
Forgot about that one.
Did you hear that?
He looks like he's humping.
Dean with the.
He looks like he's.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, I thought that was in the clip. I was going to say, geez, that was an interesting interruption, but all right.
But there was a drag race going on.
Well, Chris, sometimes he podcasts from the Walmart parking lot. So,
or the bathtub.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like he's humping him right there. This poor guy that's got it on him. NWO Sting is like trying to hump near his butt there, right there. He's putting it on him.
Is he trying to invent a new position?
It must be. I'm telling you.
Humping in the butt is a new position just for everybody at home. It hasn't been done before.
Trying to hump near his butt there, right there. He's putting it on him.
Hump near his butt there, right there. He's putting it on him.
That's got to be in the new song.
Like, what do you say to that?
I got nothing. Now, though, we were talking last week about how to break a stutter. And certain people, when they feel like they're going to stutter, there's a certain word they'll throw in to break the stutter up.
Yeah.
Do you think John has a speech impediment and that's why there is in there?
Could
be.
You literally just took my point, Jay.
I did.
I feel like there is a reset word for him or something. The amount he says there, over there, out there, he's in there.
And another one is to it. Like, he'll add a to it or something like that at the end of the sentence.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I've noticed how Richie picked up John's stuff.
Yes.
Like, stuff that John said, and then Richie just starts oversaying it, something cruel.
Yeah. All right. Back to Dean.
All right. Let's go the Hacksaw Duggan.
Oh, God, yeah. He's such a nice guy. He's the first ever winner of the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely. He was a king of the ring too, right?
Oh my God.
Chad.
Yes. What would you like me to say?
I do not know, actually. That's a good... No. He lost to Haku in the finals of the first ever tournament.
I think somehow or another he won it at some point, but I could be
nope. I just want to point out quickly, Tito Santana did win the 1989 King of the Ring tournament. So right there, put a little ding behind me for being correct. But I mean, like, he just made that up. He just made that whole finals and story up right there.
And
I think somehow or another he won it at some point, but I could be wrong. One of these days I'll have to go back and research it and see, or if somebody knows the answer to it out there, I'd love to hear it.
One of these days.
I think he might have won King of the Ring, or at some point had a King Duggan thing. I don't know if it was with Harley Race or if it was something else or later on. I can't remember. But the Giant is just choke slamming him.
And then he goes into, but the Giant is choke slamming. He like just drops his point completely. Like, oh, and here's the Giant choke slamming this guy.
It was said so early in the Get My Go series about how if you have a good knack for podcasting, you can research this while people are talking, and it doesn't need to be, you don't have to literally. I mean, everybody says I always have my head down, well, because I'm just making sure I'm right when people are talking. I want to make sure we don't really mess up, or we don't, kind of veer off into a wrong direction. But it's very easy to just say something else while you're typing. Oh, yeah, there you go. Duggan never actually won the King of the Ring. It's the simplest little thing. Yeah. It's very easily learned.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of that clip, I had the information on my phone.
Yeah.
To know, like, when I listened to it.
Well, the thing is, Brother Martin can't look it up because he's probably podcasting from his phone. So
in the bath.
That's a good point.
In the bath.
Even if this hadn't started out from personal reasons or whatever, and we just happen to stumble upon this show, I'd still say it's the worst fucking show.
It is.
Oh, absolutely.
Worst show of all time. It really is.
BA double D.
All right, Chad.
I got to go to NASCAR, get my go. That's very intriguing.
Yeah. So this is another one where they try and use Get My Go. They try and think they're in on the joke.
And with riding around in a fucking circle for 500 laps.
No, it doesn't get my go, actually. So
It doesn't get your go at all, at least, though. Okay.
No.
Is this a good go or a bad go?
A bad go, actually. Your death, that doesn't get my go either.
Okay, so not only did they use Get My Go incorrectly, Joe, he also referenced John's death. So I guess we're going to get into this now.
That's weird. I can't believe he knew about that. So on a couple of Sundays ago, or maybe it was last Sunday, I forget, some Sunday, I got a text around 5:30, 6 o'clock from a random number that said, "Hey, did you hear that John Wangland has died?" And I immediately sent it to the group text. I'm like, look at this shit, And the only person that had our both, because Mike received it too, the only person that had both of our phone numbers was John. So it was either John or Martin. That's it. There's no other possibility. Someone was like, well, maybe it's one of those two idiots. That's the only way they would have put those phone numbers. And it's creepy and it's even worse because it was like a day after Luke Harper, Brody Lee died. And I'm like, they get some weird idea from his death. Like, so nobody cared. Nobody answered. Nobody looked it up. Nobody gave a shit. And I know in one of these clips coming up, he's going to be like, "Yeah, I heard people asking me." No one asked you. No one asked you. No one knew about it. There was nothing on Twitter. You made it up. You're a girl, basically. I mean, is that the most teenage girl? Look at me, pay attention. I'm trying to kill myself.
It's Mr. Feeney there. It is called reinvention, okay? Because John Wangland dies, so whoever else can now reappear.
It's podcasting.
It's old Undertaker logic. You die for the rebirth. So maybe that's what we're looking at, a rebirth of some sort.
It's just an asshole thing to do. And, the COVID era and this and that, like,
oh, it's bad taste. Don't get me wrong.
Horrible taste. But how would anyone take this guy seriously in any aspect there, man? Ever again? Like, I'm going to pretend I'm dead. I should have called his house.
Yeah. If anyone does want to call the number is 1-571-281. Feel free to prank call this phone number, harass them, text them. Go ahead, please.
I can tell you 571 is a Virginia area code.
Oh.
It was not me. Now, I can tell you that. I don't have 571, but that's a Virginia area code.
Yeah, there are programs where you can generate
you
a
can
fake
change,
number.
yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what this is from. So
wait, what was yours? 571.
Yeah, that was
the same one. So
yeah. So it says just heard that John Wangland died. Next, and then of course I didn't respond. So then it comes through. Is it true or a rumor? I don't respond to that. 3 hours later, it was a rumor. John is alive. I don't respond to that. And then I get pretty sure John started it himself. Okay. I mean, what's the point of texting?
What is the point? Yeah, mine says it was BS. John probably wanted people to think there was a death hoax.
Yeah.
Whatever. That sentence doesn't even make sense, but yeah.
So we completely no-sold this. We didn't make anything public about it. It's dumb. It's really stupid. Whoever was behind this, it's stupid. So it's odd though. It's odd that we didn't mention it to anybody, but yet Brother Martin is going to mention it 2 more times in the show. It's just strange how they knew about it. And then John will say that there was a video on Twitter and that's how he found out about it. No, right. I didn't see anything on Twitter about it.
Keep bringing it up like it's the greatest. It's the greatest prank and joke ever. No, nobody cared. And like I said, I sold it because I knew it was fake, but I would know sold if it was real too because I still wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah. Okay. Like, wow. Okay.
So there. No, I mean, just to wrap that up, this is a guy, that was totally in on it, that supposedly works, helping people through problems and mental illness and all this stuff. And it's clear, like, the only person that would send out a "I'm dead" text is a seriously, demented mind. And he probably needs actual help. So I don't even know how he got that position, but he should probably reach out to someone for himself because that's not normal. It's not a funny joke. And it's just, like Chad said, it's bad taste, but it's just I don't know. It's the worst. It's the worst joke possible. It's the worst joke you could attempt, and it's even worse because nobody really cared. So I mean, what does that tell you?
It's almost a barometer. Maybe like that's a personal thing. Like, what would people say if I was gone? You know, like, are they going to continue Get My Go? Are they going to show me some sympathy and say, "Hey, just checking in, man. Just want to make sure you're okay. We heard this horrible news and we're sorry." Like that's what I think. That's the goal of something like that. But that's a cry for help if I ever heard one.
Yeah, and then you receive silence in response. It's great.
I've got a theory because Mike, in a couple of your cold opens, you put parts of shows where you said, "Just go away, just die." Like you said that a couple of times. That's my theory, was to try and make you feel bad for saying that.
I didn't feel bad for it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
Maybe it's Martin though, because this seems like maybe John wouldn't do that. Maybe this is a Martin thing, thinking that would be, using his capacity to think that could be letting you guys say, "Hey, you got to ease up a little bit now."
But John has to be in on it because he makes up a whole story about a video that.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, my bad. We'll get.
And for some reason, Mike and I were the chosen two. Like Rob didn't get any. You'd think Rob would be in the mix there.
Yeah, there's very few people that have both of our phone numbers. So, and John does. So,
just John and Disco Inferno.
I mean, he's got the chaps on, and then he's got the Marine haircut there. That's worse than my haircut.
Jesus Christ.
It's worse than mine. And that doesn't say much, well, let's just be honest here. I still rock mine out. Yes, trolls. I do know that you like to talk about my wonderful haircut. I do like it, but hey, I know it isn't for everybody. And Mike Enos definitely shouldn't be rocking this shit out right here, Chris.
Well, I mean, considering you are a ghost right now, I mean, the fact that you're talking to me right now, like with that beautiful haircut that you got, it's a miracle.
I am, I did die, apparently, according to some people on Twitter this last week, is I did die and pass away. For anybody that didn't see this quick clip from somebody, I guess, that put it up that I passed away. And thank you to the concerned parties out there that text messaged me to see if I was dead or alive and wanted to confirm the rumors. But I'm definitely alive. For anybody that thought I was dead, we were just taking a break for a week or so. I know you missed our voices, but we're still alive and kicking here.
No,
it's okay. We promise.
So he's still using that program, by the way, to cut the dead air. You can tell those.
Yeah.
His haircut's the shit. So let's get past that. And poor Mike Enos, who a great name, a great hand, could literally probably break him with about 8 seconds of effort. Mm-hmm. He's got to get thrown under the bus for his haircut, which is bullshit. But that's, again, the one person, let's say the fake 571 number or program number, would maybe be the only person who was concerned if that person was legit. So one person.
One person for a video that never happened.
It just, I mean, if you listen to him describe it, it doesn't make sense. A quick video clip. Here we go.
I did die and pass away. For anybody that didn't see this quick clip from somebody, I guess, that put it up that I passed away.
Who? Nobody did.
I didn't see anything.
No.
I mean, with all the people that we have that love Get My Go and that hate John Wangland, you think somebody else of all the people that we know on Twitter would message any one of us, and nobody did.
Right. If Mike or I didn't discuss it, no one would ever know. So
yeah.
So then it gets brought up again later in the show.
So fucking lame.
Yeah.
I got your back. I've come back from the dead this last week, so I can help you with your fight with Nick Patrick. I think together we could take him.
Hey, there you go. You and Jesus, you guys that came back from the dead.
We both resurrected this last week. I'm telling you.
Oh, come on.
I cannot believe that a minister and a pastor just said that.
Oh my God.
So he's on par with Jesus. Wow. That's megalomania.
But wait a minute. They just said he resurrected this past week. Isn't Christmas Jesus's birthday? Easter is the resurrection.
I was just thinking that.
I hate religion, and I know that.
He doesn't even know.
Oh, you're right.
I thought he did, a bunch of Bible study, like in-depth Bible study for months and months and months to get his weirdo, preacher degree. So he can fucking rip more people off. But
because I'm a minister too, and I've been to theology school. I have my degree in it as well.
Me and Jesus. That's not a sentence you ever want to say. Not an answer you ever want to give.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine was a couple days after Christmas. He did it on December 25th. Or I say I was his gift on Christmas. Fuck that shit.
Wow.
He doesn't even know the birthday.
No, I will never say that. Fuck that. Sorry, Lord, for even thinking that right there as a joke. No, thank you.
Wow.
God.
What do you even
Pretty
say?
bad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus. And I'm
maybe it's the goofballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to hear the Slurryville there.
Yeah.
And it rhymes with Smikadin.
Dean, go ahead, Dean.
Russo ass kissing. Sorry.
I guess they're back on the Russo train. They're kissing his ass again, even though Martin talked shit about him a couple of weeks ago. Here we go.
Jesus Christ. He probably
Sucker's got to know.
Thank you. Exactly. And Stevie, he's got a podcast with Vince Russo called Black and White, which is really, really good. On the Russo brand.
Okay. I know you talked about it before. I still never listened to it.
Yeah, which it's really, really good. And it's basically Stevie speaking about things like politics, sports, just life in general from like the perspective of being a man of color, and Russo speaking from a perspective of being a white guy. So, I mean, it's a pretty cool dynamic that they have with each other.
Interesting. I'm sure it's probably a good show. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely Stevie's an entertaining guy and very underrated in a lot of ways. And Vince is definitely an extremely talented guy in all the things that he does too. So I'm sure they have a wonderful dynamic with one another here.
He's not underrated. He's rated exactly where everybody thinks he is. To say the word underrated in terms of what? Like wrestling, podcasting, like what's he underrated in life? Like the way he goes to the grocery store, is he underrated with how he picks out his produce? That not the word applying to talking about Stevie Ray when it comes to that. I mean, underrated for what? Yeah. He's rated just where he needs to be.
Well, Chad, you've just picked the next couple clips without knowing it. You've picked him. You see, yes. I got a folder here called Underrated.
Yes.
Perfecto.
Wow.
See,
yeah.
That's why I'm here. Come on. Transitions. It's what it's all about.
Yeah. So there are two people that they said were underrated in wrestling history. And when I heard the names, I thought, these people are pretty, they're given their due. It's not like they're underrated. The first one, the first one's Kevin Nash, a Hall of Famer.
Underrated.
Yeah, underrated.
Snake Eyes.
Like you said, the Kevin Nash 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
I still love Nash, though. I think Nash is a very underrated character in wrestling history.
Oh, God, yeah. Because believe me, he sold tickets, my friend. He got ratings. I mean, he was a great character. And like the thing is that
so the 2-time Hall of Famer is underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Just check.
One of the guys you cannot talk about the Monday Night Wars without mentioning his name. Yeah. Underrated.
I want to say, just in context, okay, we were talking about wrestling knowledge. The September 23rd Nitro is a pretty big deal in terms of where the NWO was going, and this was a big takeover night for them. So for them to talk about this, anything less than that is where we're just veering off the rails. And when was Kevin Nash underrated ever? Ever. He's 7 feet tall. He looks like $1 million. He is probably one of the most clever and creative guys there could ever be that ever stepped through any office, not even just a ring, an office. So it's just the lack of knowledge just blows my mind. Again, playing podcaster at its best, September 23rd, 96. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Here's the next one. It's a woman.
That would have been some monumental stuff, bro.
My God, yes.
Other than throwing out a lot of fucks in the episode, John is using so many bros. Did you notice that, Dean?
So yes, mate. It was relentless.
Oh, Liz is there. Remember they spray painted her at War Games, Fall Brawl War Games here a couple weeks ago?
You talk about someone that was undervalued for her contributions to the business. Miss Elizabeth is definitely one of those people.
Oh, no doubt about it. One of the great.
She is the original diva of wrestling, or whatever you want to call it.
How could you not love Miss Elizabeth? And they just beat the fuck out of Macho right now.
I would hardly use diva as a comparison. She was put on a pedestal as the first lady of wrestling, that she was so unique in the way she was portrayed, that she was elegant and she was what a lady was, and that she was with this savage of a man by her side who treated her like shit. And underrated. Pick somebody who hasn't said Miss Elizabeth is, again, perfectly rated where she is in terms of her historical contributions.
Yeah, as far as first diva, I would say Sunny was first.
Sunny,
diva. I mean, that's just that's just the truth. And then, Elizabeth was a big deal, but also she wasn't the first really of anything, because Missy Hyatt and Woman or Fallen Angel at the time were both like the first. And then of course you had what was her name, Precious, and there was a lot of shit, but
portrayed differently. Elizabeth was elegant. Elizabeth was class, and she was in diamonds and dresses, and she didn't speak, and she just sat quietly. She was completely portrayed the opposite of all those people, and a diva.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had her very highly rated on my dolphin flogging scale. She's a 9 out of 10.
She was also she was the main ingredient to one of the most important storylines in wrestling history. Unbelievable.
All right, Joe.
Just Jonny Podcasting.
Chad will like this one.
Jesus.
Your partner gets mentioned.
Oh, very nice.
So this clip is proof that Brother Martin did indeed listen to or watch our Christmas episode, because this is a callback to something that was mentioned on there. Who was it that said the real Jonny Podcasting is John Paz?
Oh, we said multiple times.
I think we all have.
Yeah, Husey said it. I said it. It's been said by multiple people.
Yeah.
Why would he watch the Christmas party if it makes his wife cry when the Get My Go makes his family cry and stuff?
Right now we got, is it Stevie or is it Booker in the ring? Right
it looks like Stevie's in there right now. Booker's on the outside. And then you had Johnny Grunge is in there. Rocco Rock is the idiot on the outside there.
Or Cracko Crack?
Yeah, Cracko, Crack of the Rock, Meth Rock, Crack Rock. And then here you got Johnny Podcasting Grunge right here.
Don't say that, because apparently you lost that name, and so did Johnny Grunge.
I lost Johnny Podcasting. Who did I lose Johnny Podcasting to?
Well, straight up, we respect a certain person that got that title. Apparently,
who got the title of Johnny Podcasting?
Mr. John Paz got it. Apparently,
oh well, John Paz is a fucking he's primo, man. He does great shows, and does some great stuff. So I definitely agree with that, Chris. He's no doubt about it. He is Johnny Podcasting. He does a ton of great shows with great people and great work, and has been doing it for a long time. So no doubt about that. I agree with that. That's a strong pick right there for the real Johnny Podcasting. Then
that's true, and one of the best interviewers in all of wrestling, period. So, I mean, he's fantastic.
I support that one. He does a lot of great stuff and has been doing it for a long time. So that's a great choice for a good name there.
Yes, most definitely.
I honestly want to go throw up right now.
Yeah, it's awful.
And that's not because of my friend of almost 20 years, okay, my podcast partner for 6. That was such just a blatant attempt at kissing somebody's ass, so he still continues to like them, so they don't have to unfollow him, so they don't have to block him. I've been blocked. So yeah, that was pathetic. And what the hell was with the Rocco Rock thing?
Yeah, dude, that's just a guy on drugs, just freeforming shit.
Oh my gosh!
Because I mean, there's never been Rocco Rock he's not like Axl Rotten or Balls Mahoney that were always accused of being hard drug users. Like Rocco was just a dude. Like, what is going on here?
And I'm sorry, Chad. Wasn't Stevie Ray underrated? But Chris couldn't even tell who was in the ring if it was him or Booker T.
Back to the overall markiness of everything that they say. Ted Petty, aka Rocco Rock, could not be one of the more respected guys to ever step into the industry. He helped train a ton of people. Look, ask Bill DeMott what he thinks of that clip, and then get back to me.
Yeah.
Well, I feel sad for you, Chad, because your podcast ratings have just gone down with an endorsement from Johnny Wangland. So
that's not my not mine. I've pointed out my shows with Francine don't ever get acknowledged by that crew because I think that they're not allowed to comment on females. So
yeah, you mentioned that, Chad, when I was on yours and Francine's show the other day. Thank you very much. It was a big honor for me. But you mentioned that, Brother Martin never retweets anything to do with Francine or the Francine show. And I thought about that, and it reminded me of maybe a year ago. Joe, I think Husey knows about this one, but apparently some fake account, it was like a fake porn account. The account messaged Brother Martin's account and was sending porno or sending links. And Brother Martin's wife saw that, and I guess it became a big scandal in their household because we all know that Brother Martin is a reformed porn addict. So caused a lot of trouble, and
paradise.
Yeah, maybe that's why he doesn't want anything to do with Francine.
Yeah, I mean, I would get messages how great the franchise is, and the interviews are so awesome, and the retweets, and this and that. And then the Francine show starts getting out there, and it's like I never saw a retweet. I never got a compliment about the Francine show. So I'm guessing that we can't acknowledge that one for certain reasons. I would say.
He can't have anything to do with attractive women or anything like that. So
why is he still married?
Obviously not. No, I mean, what happened to the name Jonny Podcasting that we gave to John Paz in a joking manner? You tearfully rescinded that name in case you forgot on your iPod. I don't want to be Jonny Podcasting anymore.
I don't want to be Jonny fucking Podcasting anymore.
You never were. Yeah. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, you were going to quit podcasting to spend more time with your family and focus on the important things. And now you're spending 2 hours every week watching an old Nitro with fucking Chris Martin. And neither one of you has any idea what's going on. I mean, I guess it's a good thing he's chemically altered, though.
I mean, and he's not Mr. No Days Off either. That was another nickname that he gave himself because obviously we've seen he takes many, many days off.
Many.
It's still the best part of the Get My Go song at the very end there. That's right, man. I'm Jonny fucking Podcasting. I won't be Jonny fucking Podcasting anymore.
Because I have high morals and values.
All right, guys, we're only halfway there, so we're going to have to do part 2. So we'll catch up with you guys next week.
Speaking of like the good times and stuff like that, Joe, like you are a husband and you are a father. What are your favorite parts with being a father? What are your favorite parts with being a husband, and what parts drive you freaking bonkers with both?
Well, I'm not a father. As far as I know.
You're not. I'm sorry.